And exporters have expressed their frustrations in penetrating the Chinese market, even as the government tries to address trade imbalance between the two nations. The exporters who are part of the delegation exhibiting Kenyan products during the first China International Exhibit Expo say that language barrier and shortage of funds to ensure value addition in the products they exported are among the issues stalling them from increasing their capacity to tap into the foreign market.
Even before the ink on the new trade agreement that is set to open doors for over 40% of Kenya's fresh produce dries, Kenyan exporters who attended the expo in China have relayed their concerns on issues standing in the way of the Kenya-China trade.
There were some challenges, for example, the need for product innovation. There is a lot of competition, especially from the South Asia markets. We need to improve our packaging. The use of translators was also a challenge. And also back home, the need to mobilize extra funds to be able to satisfy these coming orders.
China has been Africa's largest trading partner for 9 consecutive years, with imports from Africa hitting $65.6 billion in the first 8 months of 2018.
The balance of trade between Kenya and China is heavily in favor of China. In 2017, that's last year, the total volume of trade between the two countries was $4 billion. Kenya's export to China were valued at about $0.5 billion, which was just 2.5% of the total trade volume, while China exports to Kenya were 400 billion Kenya shillings.
China is, however, pledging support to Africa to boost trade for the two nations.
President Xi Jinping announced $60 billion to support China-Africa cooperation. In that 60 billion, around 5 billion is to support African companies to expand their product to China.
The traders are imploring on the government to come up with measures to help them increase and diversify their exports to the lucrative 1.3 billion Chinese market. Kenya imports goods worth about 300 billion from China, yet China, with a population of about 1.3 billion people, only imports goods worth about 10 billion shillings. Forums like the just concluded expo in Shanghai are being explored so that Kenyans can tap into this market and tilt this trade imbalance. Lillian Kerry, reporting for NTV Business in Nairobi.